Shalom, family of Israel. This is White Raptor News Ministries. How are we all doing? All praise and glory to the mighty Most High, my Creator, who moves all things in place. The Spirit of God is called my mother for judgment. Not a sweet Jesus Christ past that my mother believed in, folks. Okay, this is a hardcore truth in a spiritual battle that I try to bring to everybody in understanding. Okay, although they claimed to be wise, they became fools and exchanged the glory of immortal God, an immortal God, okay, a magistrate. What's a magistrate? Right here. These are called magistrates. They're judges and politicians and lawyers and tax collectors and CIA and FBI and everything else that's underneath of the sun. So now you know that when it says God, this is the same God that they're talking about here. In God we trust. Right there. And what's this God that in God we trust? It's this fucking garbage right here. This fucking shit. That's what in God we trust. That's what you guys are entrusting in. That's what that means on the back of the dollar bill when it says in God we trust. You entrust in the dollar bill. You entrust in magistrates. You entrust in mankind. So this God here is a deity God. All right? It's a divinity, the supreme divinity, figuratively a magistrate. So it's a man. Okay? This God here is also the Father. This God here is also the Son. This God here is Elohim. Okay? Now, okay, I do these videos, folks, because today I have a compassionate heart. I try to reach everybody that I possibly can. I couldn't reach, thus far, I have yet to reach one member of my family. I'm batting a 0. I can't seem to get anybody that was in my family to listen to the truth. They all ignore me. 1 Corinthians 1:23 says, "But we preach Christ crucified, a stumbling block to the Jews and foolishness to the Gentiles." What is a Gentile? A foreign one. It's a tribe, especially a foreign one. Here, this is what your Gentile is. Right here. These are your Gentiles. All right. Now, this is what's most peculiar. Is I've had this channel here for about 2 months now. But my last channel was shut down that I had for 13 months. And if you went back and you looked at any of those videos, which you can't because the channel's been shut down, this was never here. This has only recently been added. Why is the United Nations now calling itself in ministries? That is straight up a red flag. Okay? I'm going over Gentile today because, folks, I want you to know that I'm almost 60 years old, okay? And I didn't learn what a Gentile was until probably about 3 years ago, okay? So when it talks about a tribe, they're talking about a foreign one. Each of us from a United Nations here, these are foreign flags, each one. Yes, the United States is a foreign land. All these here are a foreign land. Now, real quickly, this isn't about what this lesson is, but I do always like to throw the flat earth reality into helping you understand. Look at these flags here, okay? From this one here at the green, and look how high it is, right? And then the next one, and look, they seem to be sinking into the ground, don't they? Getting closer and closer as it gets further and further away. If this thing was probably another 100 yards away, these flags would look like they converge completely on one another, and that they've completely probably sank totally into the ground. Thus is the same thing as a ship, as they tell us, is sailing over the horizon, which is a lie. The reason why I point this out is the United Nations knows that our Earth is a flat plane, because that is a flat Earth map right there, folks. So why does the United Nations have a flat Earth map on the back of their wall? Because they know we live on a flat plane. See, our country wants you to believe that this is the Antarctic Circle and it's one big piece of ice, but that's not true at all. Okay? If this here, more than likely, if you were to take all of this out and place our world, this plane of existence, that's what it would be more like. Okay? When the Bible says that I've inscribed a circle on the face of the earth, this is the circle that he's talking about, okay? This isn't one big old piece of ice shelf that sits in the middle of our earth. No, folks. This is an ice shelf that circumnavigates our ocean's waters and keeps them all at sea level. You see, this wall is like 200 feet high, and this is what circumnavigates our ocean's waters and keeps our oceans at sea level. That's why they're called sea level, and it's not called sea curvature. You see, they want us to believe that this is the Antarctic and it's just one big old piece of ice that's floating in the middle of our ocean somewhere. That's a crock of shit. It doesn't even make sense. But this makes sense, that something that high would circumnavigate our ocean's waters 24,000 miles, this ice shelf. Look at how nasty that water is. That's how bad our world has become. That's brown, nasty, vile garbage, all due to you guys. Now see, this picture here I really like because it gives you perspective, because this here, look, that is as flat as a pancake, man. That is a flat plane, and then you got flat waters down here, and then you have this wall that's 200 feet, and then all this back here where you see this beautiful cloud bank thousands of miles further, that's where the firmament, the firm mind of God, the vault of God, what keeps us locked in here, keeps our souls locked in. You see, when the soul departs the body, if you have sin and iniquity on your back, you will not enter into the kingdom of heaven. You won't make it through the firmament. You won't make it through the firm mind of God. So the United Nations, folks, absolutely knows that the earth we live on is a flat plane. Okay? Why isn't this a globe? Why don't they have a globe like Joel Osteen right there? Why don't they have something like that? Why is the ministries, are any of these ministries, why is every minister on the face of this earth pushing the globe? Because the globe is called idol worship. It's the same thing. You guys idolize the globe. They shove that globe right down your face. It's the first thing that they hit you with in the schools. Yeah. There you go. There's a better one. Why doesn't the United Nations have something like that? Because the United Nations, they know that the earth is flat. Our plane of existence is absolutely a flat plane. But again, that's not what this lesson was about. This lesson here is about helping people understand what a Gentile is, and I'm not trying to offend anybody or make them feel like they're not smart or anything. The truth is I'm 60. I'm going to be 60 this November. And I only learned what a Gentile was 3 years ago. So if you don't know what a Gentile is, then it should, I hope that it brings the same shock and awe to you as it brought to me. One eye symbolism right there in your face. Kid feeling, get songs to sound it out. Kid, my buddy Yediah pointed out to me that a kid means a goat, and he doesn't call any of the people he knows, kids, great kids, because kids are goats, and goats are separate from what? The sheep. Okay, so a Gentile, folks, look at here, is a Christian. Okay? It's a Mormon or a non-Mormon. And this is the scary part. You Christians are heathens and pagans. A Gentile is a heathen and a pagan. Okay? And a Gentile is a jinn tiled in flesh. Jinn is what a Gentile is. It's wordcraft, okay? The phonetic spelling for jinn could be Gin, Gin, Jinn, Djinn, Gen. The phonetic spelling is all the same, okay? And what is a jinn? It's any class of spirits lower than the angels, which are us, okay? So that means that these are angels, that these are spirits that have been left behind if they're lower than us. We're the angels. We're the fallen angels, which are really demons. We're not angels at all to the Spirit of God. Satan tricked you and made you believe that angels are good things, and most people believe that this is an angel. You see, they have ingrained in us that angels are these beautiful seraphims with these gorgeous wings, and they look absolutely beautiful, and this is called soft indoctrination, okay? They've indoctrinated us by getting us to believe that angels have wings, okay? That's not true. What do I mean? Here, but Mary stood outside the tomb weeping, and as she wept, she bent down to look into the tomb. And she saw two angels in white sitting there, where the body of Jesus had lain, one at the head and the other at the feet. And she saw two angels. What are these? They're pastors, folks. Okay? Priests, bishops, deacons. All these names, 6 letters in the spelling, they all come to a single digit of 6. Angelos, number 32. Angelo, as in Anglo-Saxon. A messenger, especially an angel, by implication a pastor. So now you know that when they talk about angels, that they're talking about mankind. And what is it about mankind? Right here. So God created mankind in his image. And in the image of God, he created them, male and female. King James Bible says that he created him, male and female. He created them. This man here that's being created on the 6th day of creation, look, this is the end of the 5th day, right here. And God saw that it was good to move along the ground. The 5th day. So we roll into the 6th day. Here, when it says that God created the creatures according to their kind, okay? The creatures that move along the ground and the wild animals. Okay, the wild animals here is a hidden meaning for the Gentile nations. Okay, the Creator, the Spirit of God, created billions of souls without his Spirit on them. They're mankind, created on the 6th day. So he created this here. Wild animals are the Gentile nations, and then the Lord, the Spirit, the self-existing eternal one, created an energy force, evil, an evil spirit that's capable of using the wild animals, the host bodies, for evil. The Spirit uses the wild animals, those that are in government. He uses those in government to correct in due measurement. It's the way it works. He uses the government to track your ass down when you're committing acts of evil or walking contrary to his laws and commandments. And then he sicks these people here that were created on the 6th day. This is mankind. When you add the sum of the word mankind together, it comes to 66, and mankind was created on the 6th day. And mankind is not the same as this man here that was created in Genesis chapter 2 in IV. Oh, yeah. This one here, this is what's different, folks. Here you have, then the Lord formed a man from the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and the man became a living being. Okay, this one here is true. This is the one that became a living being. The other one here is created in an image. So you have one that's created in an image and one that's created from the dust. Okay, this one here that's created in an image is a Gentile. Okay, and watch this. So this one here is created in an image, and an image is a phantom. Okay, the definition for a phantom is a ghost. The definition for a ghost is the spirit of the dead. Jesus Christ died on that cross and he gave up the ghost. Jesus Christ is the firstborn over all creation, Colossians 1:15. For the Son, Jesus Christ, died and raised again 3 days later, so that he might be the God of both the dead and the living. Okay? Jesus is the invisible image of, Jesus is the image of the invisible Father. Jesus is the image. This is the image being created in Genesis on the 6th day in Genesis 1:27. It's that simple, folks. Time to wake up. This is White Raptor News Ministries. Shalom. All praise and glory to the mighty Most High. Blessings to the children of Israel and the stranger, the Gentile, that wants to turn back to the service and worship of the Creator, who is Spirit, one Lord, one Savior. Shalom.